Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome back to another one from Purpose Partners Podcast. I like the way that sounds. Remember that name because it's going to mean something. It's definitely going to mean something sooner than later. I'll tell you that much. But happy Sunday, everybody. So, I'm back on Sunday. I always like to, evaluate and, really look at my, week, hoping that it will help somebody else out. Because we hear from one another. That is, I can't stress that big enough. We are here for one another. We are all brothers and sisters. We should be helping one another, man. But sometimes, life, it don't really push that a lot no more. It don't teach us that a lot no more, though. But I'm definitely happy to, share my story, my experiences. I'm hoping that it will help somebody. So, so Happy New Year, first off. Happy New Year. You know, I'm laughing now because it was funny because the new year just started. A lot of us, man, we just talking about everything that we want to do, everything that we got planned and goals and all the stuff we want to accomplish, and then Monday morning hit me, boom, right back to reality. We back at the same place that we like. I'm ready to get up out of there. I'm gonna do this and that. And let me tell you something, man. When that reality hit with things that we want to do, want to accomplish, even if we want to pay off debt and all that type of stuff, Monday morning come, it's so crazy saying like everything that we want to do starts calling, but there's joy in that. I'm gonna tell you, there's joy in that. And so I'm driving home. I'm just getting off, and I'm just like, okay. Reality hit. Reality definitely hit. All the things that I was just talking about now, all of a sudden they're here forefront, and I'm just like, what the heck going on? But the crazy part was that as I was driving, I kept hearing the things that that was going on inside of my mind. And a couple of things was just like, you ain't gonna do that, right? That your credit is not in the best standing where you can do what you want to do or move the way you want to. That this has got to get paid, that got to get paid, all types of stuff. So I'm just like, man, that's absolutely right. I'm just like, okay, now I'm reevaluating everything. But as the week kept going on, I just kept thinking about that. I'm like, man, like, you can't help but to think when something is right according to our knowledge and everything like that. But as the week kept going on, it's just one particular part of the Bible I kept reading over and over. Like something just grabs you and you like just gravitate to it. It's like that's the only thing I could think about, and from that point forward, I just it's been in my thoughts, it's been in my dreams and everything like that. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. But it was just something easy in John, the first chapter, just the first couple of verses, and it was talking about the way how the world formed from John's perspective. It all started with a word, and the word was with God, and everything was in the beginning was made by God, and everything that was God, everything that came about was God, and He was the life, and it was more verses, and I just kept thinking about that. And I kept meditating on things. I just, I realized that when those things and those realities and those thoughts kind of catch back up or whatever after the new year, we have to have a word in there. We have to have something down on the inside that can counterfeit that, because, those thoughts, they are right. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort and everything like that. But one thing you got to have on the inside is a word to counterpart. You got to let those things, you got to start talking back to those things and let those things go. And I know what it may look like, but let me tell you something, though. I serve a God that does the impossible. I serve the God that can show favor at any moment in my life. And the first verse of that John chapter says that in the beginning was the Word, which means when you crossing over into doing something new, you gotta have something down on the inside to kind of help you fight against those thoughts that's going on in your mind. Because they're going to come, because now you're trying to change, you're trying to better yourself and want to be in a better position. So you have to have something that's going to fight off those thoughts, because you can't run from it. It happens. It's life. Everything is the way that it is because of what happened. So you have no choice but to face those thoughts. But you have to have something to counterfeit those. A lot of us, we lose in that part, just right there alone. We don't get a chance to make it throughout the whole year because we're stuck at that very part. Yeah, you're right. That is true. You ain't. I can't. I don't know how I'm gonna pay that off. But you have to have a word down on the inside to let those things know that I'm going to achieve. I know what it may look like. I know the odds are against me, but I am going to do this. I am going to conquer this. You have to fight back using your word. The first verse of John, it says that in the beginning was the word, which means you have to start with something. And if that word echoes, the person that it came from was God. It's almost like it's a signal, like a satellite signal. It's sending messages through, from the outer, whatever it's pointing at, to the dish, to the TV, and it's instant service. And you have to start just like that. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. And if your word continue to stay with God, and both of y'all agree that this is the things that God has for you, then you keep repeating that word every single day. Because you're going to have to fight off the old thoughts. You're going to fight off old habits. You're going to fight off all of that. But the moment you start talking back and you start speaking to that word, that's when life starts to change right there. And the Bible goes on to say, the same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not nothing made that was made. And him was life, and life was the light of man. The light shining in darkness, and the darkness comprehended not. That was the part right there. Because let me tell you something. When you start to bring light to certain things inside of you, inside of your mind, inside of your soul, your spirit, the old way won't understand that. So it's gonna fight back. But what you have to understand is that when you get that signal from God and you start speaking His words, those things are true, those things that are honest and everything, those things are pure. That's when it starts to happen, because the darkness won't comprehend it. They won't know what's going on. So you have to continue to fight every single day using that word. And I guarantee you, for the rest of the year, oh man, it's going to be amazing, because those dreams, they don't seem like they're impossible anymore. Those goals, those accomplishments, those things that you're trying to achieve, they don't seem so impossible anymore. You start to see yourself doing it. You start to see yourself walking in new doors. You start to see yourself walking in new lights that you couldn't even dream of. It all was just a dream a couple days ago, and you were just talking on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, and now it's reality. The moment you start fighting back with your words and start allowing your thoughts to overtake you, and it leaves you there for the rest of the year, is the moment that you will start moving in life. Don't allow old thoughts to stop you. Don't allow old habits to stop you. It happens, it's life. Hey, we human. It happens, it's in our bloodline. But the key to fighting is using your words. And again, it was the word, and the word was with God. That's it. Everything was, if you ever read the Bible, everything was formed by words. God said, let there be light. There was light. The moment I'm sorry, I just got a sign right there. The moment you start to realize what's inside of you and what God gave you is the moment that you will start moving it forward in life. That's the moment right there. Don't get stuck in, what came when. Because everything takes work. Everything takes work. And sometimes we can look at it like that's too much work. But when you start using your words, God start putting you in different positions. He start changing things around. He start moving people out the way, because now He wants you to be there. If I don't say nothing else on this Sunday, I encourage you to use your words. Everything started with just the word. God just spoke and it just happened. And the Bible said that God made us in his image. So if God made us in his image, then we have that same, he gave us that same power. But you got to have him with him. You got to have God with that power. And the moment that you have God with that power and you start using that word, and the Bible goes on and said that in him was life. Your words start bringing life to stuff. That dream, those goals, they just sprout on one day. They don't seem impossible. You can see yourself now. And he said he was the light of all man. And the dark comprehended not. So, on this Sunday, man, I encourage everybody to, use your words. Let them words give life. The Bible said, think of those things which are true, which are pure, which are honest, all of those things. And I guarantee you that life will start happening for you. But don't for a second think that the darkness, your unbelief, your lack of faith and all that won't fight against you, because it will. But I guarantee you, the more you start using your words, the more you start putting life, start speaking life into situations, the moment the light start to move for you, man. Don't forget to like, man. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to comment. I want to know what y'all thinking. Don't forget to subscribe, man. Like I said, man, we dropping videos every single week as much as possible, man. Just trying to, do our part, man. Encouraging the people, man. Sharing our journeys, along the way. Like, this ain't nothing. That's just kind of, these are life experiences every day that, we face. We are all brothers and sisters, and we should all be, helping one another every single day, man. So I hope I said something, man. But don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, man. See y'all in the next video. I gotta get ready for church. Peace. You got my soup? All right.